on, Megan here. All right, Q&A video. I am exhausted. I've been uploading videos. I've been recording videos all fucking night. Started at what, 3 o'clock in the morning, and it is now 8:32. So I have to get ready for stocks and then school. Market opens at 9:30. So anyway, all right, Q&A. Let's get it. Just 10 questions. Let's go. Megan, come out with a program, exercises and all for all the people. Again, I already answered that. I said I'm working on it. Takes time. Uh, Guys, I wish I could just focus on just that, but I'm doing a lot of shit. But I give you guys the good news. This is the year that I was able to dramatically reduce the amount of time I have left, to finish my next 2 degrees. So that's why I'm pumping out more videos, and I'll be able to work on the books, finish the ones that I started like 3 years ago. So many of them are fucking incomplete, but I'll just finish them up and release them. So but for now, keep watch the videos because everything that's gonna be in the books is stuff that I already made videos on, right? So you guys got the free part, you guys got the free shit, right? The books obviously is gonna go into more detail, of people that are not subscribed, people that I'm gonna sell them to and things like that. But you guys already have everything, from the from the captain and stuff. You know what I mean? You got it straight from the mouth of the horse. You watch the videos. You have the content firsthand. And don't forget, there's a lot of great programs out there, guys. Try out the other programs in the meantime. All right, next up is a heavy, light, medium, full body workout will work well for this. I'm going to write. Oh, that's not a question. All right. Next, simple program. Okay, I already answered that. In fact, I made a video. I don't know if I uploaded this yet. Did I? Where I give you guys an example of like a sample program, the exercises you can use for HSP training. So that's question number 2. Stay tuned for that video. But it's very basic, very simple. If you're looking for any fancy, complex shit, you're not gonna see it. Focus on the best exercises for each category. Heavy stretch pump. Next, number 3. Hey Megan, do you think there's the best eating method to help induce nucleus overload? No, nope, it's the same shit. Same shit I always talk about. Make sure you're getting enough calories. Make sure you're getting enough nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. Hydrating, which is the most important. Make sure you're getting enough water. Make sure you're digesting your protein. So if you have digestion issues, fix that. Don't just not address it. Try to get some apple cider vinegar. Try to get some enzymes. If your digestion is off, pause right there. I don't care what program you're on. I don't care what you're doing. You're not optimizing your gains. That's why I keep saying nutrition is more important than everything else because you need nutrition to even train. You could be doing HSP training, you could be doing German volume, you could be doing any program in the world. Before you even implement that program, your nutrition needs to be on point. Because without it, you can't even step foot in the gym and progressively overload. You're not gonna get stronger. You're not gonna be able to recruit your muscles the right way. Your energy is gonna suck ass. So the program itself is not gonna give you great results because you half-assing it. So not only you need nutrition before you get in the gym, but you also need nutrition when you get out of the gym to recover. It's a fucking sandwich. There is no debate. Nutrition is everything when it comes to, you know, uh, building on muscle or losing fat or getting strong and things like that. Simply because you need it for both sides, before and after. All right, so yeah, like I said, keep it simple, but just make sure you optimize uh, uh, the absorption of each macro. Get enough carbs, get again get enough protein. That shouldn't be too hard. Enough fats for your testosterone levels. The same shit I keep repeating over and over again. All right, so that was number 3. Number 4, do you know any way for a skinny fuck to lower his metabolism so he needs less calories to build muscle? And again, I don't recommend that. I do not recommend lowering your metabolism. Why would you want to do that? When you lower your metabolism, you're lowering your thyroid levels. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to lower the hormone that takes care of metabolism, which is leptin and thyroid, right? And if you reduce those, then you also reduce your ability to build muscle because they're interrelated, right? They're all connected. When your thyroid goes down, your testosterone production goes down, and your ability to transcribe DNA also goes down, which also lowers your protein synthesis. So everything goes down when your metabolism slows down. So don't fucking do that. That's number 4. Um, if you're skinny, just watch my videos on how to get big if you're skinny. I'm like the fucking I've I've beaten that topic so many times. Increase the fuck out of your carbs. Focus on heavy compound movements. Train more frequently. Same thing that we did with Muhammad and Matt and all those other guys, myself included. Number 5. All right, so a question. What should I do when I had a plateau for 5 years after tons of injuries? You in the same situation I'm in. I have a shit ton of injuries. In fact, I might make a video showing you guys all my injuries, breaking them down. And again, I'm the king of finding ways out. Right? I love finding ways. Ways against around obstacles because I don't believe in excuses. And what I found works is again, you don't have to lift heavy. I've made a ton of videos on that, man. Not only the research backs it up, in fact, an overwhelming amount of research backs it up, but pro science backs it up. Reduce the weight, increase occlusion, there's many tools to increase muscle mass. Now, if your goal is to increase strength, that's a whole different story, But if your goal is to increase muscle mass, you don't have to lift fucking heavy. You don't. You don't. You don't. How many times do I have to beat that into your head? Especially if you're injured. Um, Remember, the reason why lifting heavy works so well for muscle building. Always ask yourself why. Why does lifting heavy grow muscle? Simple, because it's an efficient way to recruit all your muscle fibers, or not all, but as many muscle fibers as possible. That's why lifting heavy builds muscle because it's an efficient way to recruit a lot of motor units in a very short amount of time. So if that's the means to an end, all you have to do is say, well, okay, what is another way to get the same end using different means, right? That's where occlusion training comes in. That's where the Hyman size principle comes in, where people that are doing 25 to 30 reps are putting on the same amount of muscle, sometimes even more, and people doing 3 to 5 reps. And the people that promote, strength only are like, oh my God, how the fuck is that possible? Even scientists who try their hardest to disprove that always end up on the asses. They're like, how is it that in all these studies, trained, untrained, people doing high reps, 30 reps, 40 reps, as long as obviously, the sets are hard and taking fairly, are putting on the same amount of muscle as people who are lifting super fucking heavy. And they find out as long as you're getting the same end, the means doesn't really matter. It's kind of like, there are many ways to throw a basketball into throw a ball into the hoop, right? You could lay it up, you could dunk it, you could, take a 3-point shot. So if you're injured, reduce the weight and not just focus on using the Hyman size principle, right? Meaning the longer the more you're fatiguing the muscle, the more fibers you're eventually going to end up recruiting. You should know this by now. So that's what I have to do because I have too many injuries. I try my best to also lift heavy from time to time, but if injuries get in the way, I just high rep that shit out. All right, what number was that? Was that 5? God damn it. Let me go back. I did 1. All right, best stretching exercise for shoulders. I think I have a video on that coming up, and I've answered that in the comments several times. You could do the one thing I recommend is to stretch your real delts. Right, your real delts are actually the best ones to stretch, the easiest ones to stretch. You could do a heavy croc roll, or you could do my favorite, which is I call them Megan face pulls because I have no idea what to fucking call them. You go to the cable crossover machines and you do, you put your arms across your body, right? So instead of grabbing them this way, you go across, and you want to make sure the weight is heavy enough so that you're getting a good stretch in starting position. For side delts, obviously behind the back cable laterals, but focus on the real delt stretch. All right. What supplements do you recommend? And are you still working out frequently? And when are you and the line going to collab? Right. Supplements I recommend. It depends. For fat loss, I already said focus on the basic and the most efficient, which is caffeine. Right. Caffeine. Um, for muscle growth, the ones that are proven to work. Creatine. I still stand by glutamine, but if your protein shake has that, then no need to purchase it because it's really fucking expensive. But yeah, just the basic, supplements, whey protein. You know, I don't even consider whey protein a supplement anymore. But yeah, creatine, whey protein, shit like that. Coffee for fat loss. Don't try to take everything under the sun. You're gonna spin out your ass. Again, focus on the Pareto principle. Next, all right. Hey, Megan, is it optimal to do HSP all in one session or spread over the week? I've answered that several times. It depends on your ability to recover, right? So if you don't have a lot of responsibilities, you have a lot of time on your hands, you could sleep a lot, you could nap throughout the day, then obviously you could handle more volume per session and still increase your frequency. But if you know you're not gonna be able to recover, you're not gonna be able to, sleep a lot, eat well, you have appetite issues, don't try to do it all at once. Do one day where you focus on heavy, another day you focus on stretch, another day you focus on pump, preferably in that order, because then on the day when you're doing pump, you don't need a lot of strength because again, to get a pump, you don't need a lot of strength. You just need a lot of fucking mental capacity because that shit burns. But if you a beast, you eating, like a beast, you sleeping like a beast, all that shit, you could do it all in one session. Go right ahead. I mean, that's if I was able to match the recovery, hell yeah, I'll do it all at once. But right now, I don't recommend it for at least for people like me. If you're in my situation, if you're not getting enough sleep, you're too busy, you're doing too much, you're too stressed out, because you're managing too many different things, then be careful. So again, it depends on the person. Let's see. How to incorporate this with full body. I already, yeah, same response I gave to the other guy, right? And I think I have a video on that coming up. If you're trying to do HSP with full body workout, it's very simple. You either spread it out where you focusing on, you could do heavy and stretch one day, then pump the other day, then back to heavy and stretch one day, pump the other day. Or you could, again, do it all at once if you can recover from it. That's the big if. And as far as volume, remember, the minimum is 10 sets per week, right? That's the bare minimum if you're a trained lifter, based on studies. That's the only way you're actually going to find, a number. So find a way to get the minimum, which is 10 sets per week, whether you're doing you're training 3 times a week or twice a week, whatever. And then from there, you could progressively overload, right? So you don't have to do a ton of volume all in the same day if you increase in your frequency. Now, if your frequency is low, then of course you're going to increase your volume per training session. And also, don't be redundant, right? Don't try to do too many warm-up sets if the muscle's already warmed up. Don't do redundant exercises. Try to superset antagonist muscles if you can. I think I have a video on that coming up, or it's probably released yet. Just try to get in. You want to think. You don't want to just follow programs, like a fucking robot. You want to think, why am I in the gym? What am I trying to do? Your only goal in the gym is to recruit those fibers and to exhaust them. So recruit them, either by lifting heavy or by doing higher reps to failure, and exhaust them, and then move on, right? Let's go. And also think of the muscles that overlap. So if you did a lot of rows and you're going from a rowing exercise to a pulling exercise, again, you don't need to do a ton of warm-ups because the muscle's already warm, and there's some overlap in the muscle fibers, a little bit of overlap. All right, what are the best HSP training exercises for the whole body? I have a video on that coming up. Was probably uploaded by now. But I pretty much went into detail in that video. Keep it simple. Best heavy exercises. Guys, it's gonna make the Q&A way too long. But again, I have a video specifically on that. But thank you for that question. Why is this shutting off for me? All right. Let's see. Do you have any video with examples? No, I don't. Oh, yeah. Do you have any video with examples? Yeah, that's the same thing that I told the guy just now. It's coming up. I'm probably gonna upload it before this one. If not, just stay tuned. All right, next one. Can you give advice on what are the most beneficial stretching exercises for muscle groups? Again, that's gonna come in that video. But quick recap: chest, heavy dumbbell flies, back width, weighted chins or pullovers with dumbbells, traps, rack pulls or farmer carries, farmer walks, biceps, heavy preacher curls or incline curls, triceps overhead extensions or dumbbells, skull crushers, focusing on the stretch, quads, 60 squats, or ass to grass squats with a pause at the bottom, hamstrings, stiff leg deadlifts, calves on the leg press machine, shoulders, I answered that earlier in the Q&A, the Megan cross pull, whatever. I gotta find a name for that shit. And for the side delt, obviously behind the back, cable laterals. Next. What do you think of power building? Yeah, I answered that in the comment section. A lot of it is embedded into HSP training. I think it's great because you're getting the best of both worlds. See. Megan, are you going to cut anytime soon? I answered that question so many times. My goal is not to be my lean self again. I've said that so many times. I hated that look. The only reason why I went for it was because my one of my goals was to have abs. I was, I wanted abs because I was always skinny fat as a kid. And once I hit that goal and I fucking destroyed that goal, if you look at my, my videos back then, I was like, hey, this shit is whack, man. I was not happy because again, I got into bodybuilding because I wanted to be massive. I wanted to be fucking huge. I grew up. If you watch my video on why I started training, I grew up amazed by characters like Broly, Sagat in Street Fighter, Juggernaut, the Hulk, Thor, all these big buff guys. And I knew that naturally I was not gonna look like that, focusing about my abs all the damn time and trying to stay lean. So the only time I do my mini cuts, I keep telling you guys, is when I'm trying to keep body fat in check for testosterone reasons, right? So right now I'm 220 to 25. So whenever I gain 5 to 10 pounds, I try to go back a bit, try to cut at least 50% of that weight just to make sure that, I'm not letting the body fat get out of hand because again, my skinny fat genetics always kick in. Every time I put on weight, the skinny fat genetics activate and uh, fat goes through the roof, face gets fatter, things like that. So that's the only time I go on mini cuts. I don't go on mini cuts to try to lean down. Fuck that. That's not my goal. Now I understand it's a goal for a lot of people that want to be lean and want to have that slim look. More power to you, but we all have different goals. I want to be a big motherfucker. I want to have a sweater on and have my arms fucking poking out the sweater, not even the shirt, the fucking sweater. So, but that's my goal. Everyone is different. All right. How do you do heavy stretch for delts? I already answered that. So you do all this in one. I already answered that. Does calisthenics work better than weights? Well, they recruit the muscle fibers a lot better and a lot quicker based on EMG studies, but that's only EMG studies. And because again, you have to use a lot of stabilizing muscles, so they're great for recruiting the muscle fibers. They're great for activating those little fucking stabilizers. But I won't say one is better than the other because it's very hard to get a very powerful stretch doing calisthenics. I mean, you could do them pull-ups, but not for every muscle. For example, how the fuck are you gonna get a great stretch in your traps doing calisthenics? So it depends. They each have their ups and downs. But as far as activation, hell yeah, almost every EMG study shows that bodyweight exercises are great for recruitment. All right, and that's it. I hope that's at least 10. Stay tuned for the next Q&A, and you can comment on this video, all right? Post your question below for the next Q&A video. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Like the video if you fuck with Team Greedy.